back here at Eldora, getting ready for race number 2 here with the Dirt Slingers Monday Night Thunder Series. Got a special guest in the booth here for race number 2, Zane Scott, coming in, help ease the pain of talking here for 2 races. So appreciate you coming, Zane. How's it going tonight?
We're doing good, Mike. Beautiful day here in Rossburg, Ohio. 72 degrees, partly cloudy, winds 2 miles an hour coming out of the north, and 55% humidity. So this track's going to keep a little bit of moisture. It might build a little cushion, but it's also going to slick off here as well. And anyone that knows these Ohio dirt tracks knows they get nice, slick, and dusty. So it's going to be interesting to see how tonight plays out.
Got 37 cars, I believe, in the pits here for race number 2. Getting ready to head it to tonight's national anthem. I believe we're going to have 5 heat races on tap. So, all right, we're going to set it to tonight's national anthem.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, we're back here. Michael Meek, currently the fast qualifier, 14.337. Dustin Griffith, Shea Paulo, Mark Jessup, and Billy Raleigh, the top 5. About 6 seconds left here.
Charlotte runner-up Hayden Cardwell not going to take a time in qualifying here, so we're not going to see him start up front of the heat race, which may make it very, very interesting by the time we get to what's going to look like to be heat number 4?
5 heat races, I believe.
So he's going to start 7th in heat 5, so that's going to be the heat to keep our eye on here, but we're staging for heat race number 1.
All right, going to get him lined up here on pit road for heat race number 1. Get the starting lineup here. For a couple more to grid. Starting on the pole in the number 21, that is Michael Meek. Starting on his outside in the Black Diamond Motorsports, Tim Sims, Ultimate Dirt TV, 19 Designs. Number 80 from Plymouth, Wisconsin, that is Josh Stanky. Starting in the 3rd spot, in the number 6, that's Joe Isabel. Starting 4th in the SRT MG Contracting, Britain Volkswagen ODSE, number 18 from Brisbane, Queensland, Australia, that is Brady Baldwin. And starting in the 5th spot in the JJR Racing, number 17 from Lima, Ohio, that is Justin Sly. And starting in the 6th spot in the number 10, that is Justin Williams. And starting in 7th in the number 27, that is Ty Williams. John Harper did not go, so only 7 cars going 8 laps here in heat race number 1.
8 laps the distance here. Heat race number 1. Top 3 are going to go. Everyone else is going to have to go race their way in later tonight. Tonight's LCQ. Michael Meek, Josh Sankey on the front rows. They're going to pace down the back straightaway here under the Eldora sunset. Meek, Sankey into 3. The pace truck slows down. It's going to make the left-hand turn on the pit road. And for the first race of the night here in Rossburg, Ohio, we are green.
Good jump by Michael Meek through turns 1 and 2. They're 3 wide here for the race lead. Off turn number 2, Meek and Stanky. Joe Isabel going to fall back to third. Brady Baldwin wants to get up into that third and final transfer spot. Can't do it that time here off turn number 4. One car into the fence. It's Justin Williams hard into the outside fence here on the front straightaway. No caution as he's going to clear. Keeping it under green. Michael Meek coming here off turn number 4 to complete lap number 2 as they headed into turn number 1.
Brady Baldwin just gets on the wall as well. He's going to spin, come to a stop. No caution for that one either. We're down to, looks like 5 cars running as it's Meek, Steinke, Isabel, the top 3. They're all single filed out though as Steinke starts to reel in the 21 car, Michael Meek here going into turn number 1. At the line, it was 0.3 of a second advantage for Meek as they're both on the top side of the racetrack right below where that thick fluff is at as they race down into turn number 3. Here comes a big slider by Steinke. He's going to come up short though. Lose a little bit of momentum on the aces. Meek carries that speed around the top side of the racetrack. Now in the turn number 1, Meek hits the cushion hard. Watch the car bounce back and forth. Down the back straightaway with Steinke. Have anything for him? He's going to follow him into the turn once again. Through 3 and 4, slides up the racetrack. He's going to get to the cushion first, get a good run. Do we see a move here in turn number 1? The answer is no, we don't. Down now to 1 and 2. We have a caution flag on the speedway.
Caution flag coming out here. Not sure for who. See if John Harper maybe. Not 100% sure. Really no one around on the racetrack here. Caution flag did come out 2 laps to go. It's going to complete heat race number 1. Michael Meek will pick up the win. Josh Stinky second. Joe Isabel third. Ty Williams fourth. Justin Sly and John Harper will finish in 6th. That was shaping up to be a great battle there at the front of the field before the caution came out. Stinky was really going to give him a run for his money there.
The caution flag came out for Justin Williams, who's involved in that first flip, got to the wall, and turns 1 and 2, flipped upside down, and it comes to a rest in turn number 3. It was actually right in front of our leaders.
Going to get these guys to go around one more time. Come around this, finish this heat race. Going to get heat race number 2 lined up here.
Michael Meek will win heat race number 1. Snike's going to finish 2. They're going to go to the dash. And then finishing 3rd and securing his spot tonight's A main is going to be Joe Isabel. And then Ty Williams will go to the B with a 4th. Justin Sly also to the B with a 5th. And then John Harper looks like he'll go to a B, or he'll start up front of the C main. All going to depend on how this field rattles out. But that's going to complete heat race number 1. And we're going to move on to heat race number 2 here in just a second.
Going to get these 7 cars lined up here. Yeah, waiting for one more to grid here, I believe. There we go. Starting on the pole here for heat race number 2 in the Elbows Up Sim Team Catch Fence Apparel. Number 29 from Bloomington, Indiana. That is Dustin Griffiths on his outside in the Team SETI Group Holding. Sim Styles Dirt Armada. Number 1 from Pittsboro, Indiana. That is Mason Hannigan. Starting in the 3rd spot in the Kinza Racing Sim Team Border Tire Wiki Cushion Dirt Racing Network. Number 5 from Franklin, Pennsylvania. That is Braden Eiler. Starting in the 4th spot in the number 9. That is Jason Giblin. Starting in the 5th spot in the Liquid Nitro Racing Duke Distributing Quality Freight Rate Mars Race Cars. Number 7 from Menominee, Wisconsin. That is Jimmy Mars. Starting in the 6th spot in the number 99, that's Rob Nelson. And starting in 7th in the Team Edge Over the Edge Wicked Cushion Wicked Energy Gum number 37 from Salt Lake City, Utah. That is Derek Layton. 7 cars going 8 laps here in heat race number 2.
Hard to keep your eye on here in this heat race will be the number 5 of Braden Eiler starting on the inside of the 2nd row. But we got a young gun top front row here with Dustin Griffiths and the Tropical Storm, the Little Hurricane, Mason Hannigan to his outside. So it's going to be interesting to see this plays out. And then a little bit further back in the field, you have Jimmy Mars in the 7 car. And then just way in the back is going to be Derek Lane. So we're going to be interested to see how this one's going to play out here. It looks like we're going to go green coming out of 4. So once again, the field's going to bunch up tight. We're going to get ready. 8 more laps of racing action here at the Eldora Speedway.
Heat race number 2 about ready to get going here. Top 3 to tonight's A main. Top 2 to the pole dash. Dustin Griffiths and Mason Hannigan on the front row. Pace truck's off. Green flag underway. Heat race number 2 underway. Dustin Griffiths, great jump. Braden Eiler trying to get alongside. Couldn't do it that time on the bottom side. Dustin Griffiths, Mason Hannigan, the front 2 cars out front. Braden Eiler in 3rd. Jason Giblin 4th. Rob Nelson in 5th. Giblin looking to the inside of Braden Eiler through turns 1 and 2. Trying to find some grip. Braden Eiler just too strong on the outside. Dustin Griffiths through turns 3 and 4. Mason Hannigan riding in 2nd. Braden Eiler 3rd. Jason Giblin 4th. Rob Nelson 5th.
Braden Eiler on the top side of the racetrack is going to get past. That's for the battle for 3rd. Here's Jason Giblin now takes it, but Eiler's going to come right back right to the bottom side of the racetrack. Slides up. He's going to take the spot back as Giblin tries to race back underneath. This is the battle for the final transfer spot into tonight's A main event. Giblin once again slides here. Here comes Eiler with a big crossover down the back straightaway. Into turns 3 and 4, wheel to wheel, wing to wing. Eiler's going to short slide him here. He's going to take the spot, get right to the cushion, try to gain the speed as Giblin's going to pull out the racetrack, but it looks like Eiler's going to hold on to it secure it. And he's going to run the slider line down to 1, but it looks like right in front of him, Mason Hannigan gets into the wall. But they're going to settle it back out here as it's still 1, 2, 3 for Griffiths, Hannigan, and Eiler as we're halfway there this lap. Or we got 3 more laps, it looks like, to go. And Eiler looks like he gets into the wall. He's going to lose the position, falls all the way back to 5th. 1 car's in the wall, upside down. Jimmy Mars in the 7 car, as now Jason Glibman goes back to 3rd, but he's on the bubble and in trouble as he's getting a challenge now from the 99 of Rob Nelson.
2 laps to go that last time by from Dustin Griffiths, working down the back straightaway. Battle for the 3rd and final transfer spot, heating up. White flag in the air this time for Dustin Griffiths, Mason Hannigan, Jason Giblin, Rob Nelson. The front 4. Dustin Griffiths through turns 3 and 4. Going to see the checker flag this time. Dustin Griffiths will win heat race number 2. Mason Hannigan 2nd. Jason Giblin 3rd. Rob Nelson, Derek Layton, and Braden Eiler rounding out the 6 cars running on the racetrack here for heat race number 2.
A boxing match in the heat race between Giblin and Eiler came to an end when Eiler got into the wall. And that gave Giblin the position, but cars 1 and 2 going to the dash. It's a middle school prom. It'll be Dustin Griffiths and Mason Hannigan.
All right, getting heat race number 3 onto the racetrack now. Lining up here on pit road. Wait for one more 2 grid here. Starting on the pole in the Elbows Up Sim Team over the wall photography, number 21 from Hanford, California, that is Shea Paulo. Starting his outside in the Casey General Store. Number 4 from Des Moines, Iowa, that is Jason Randolph. Starting in the 3rd spot in the Bill Russell Ford, number 96 from Starksville, Mississippi, that is Matt Dixon. Starting in the 4th spot in the Trump Pence, number 76, that is Joe Cease. Starting in the 5th position in the 714, that's Josh Indick. Starting in the 6th spot in the 67, that is Miles Jansen. Starting in 7th in the number 86 from Lebanon, Missouri, that is Alex Good. And starting in 8th, the number 26, that is Jeff Peterson. 8 cars going 8 laps here. Top 3 to tonight's A main, top 2 the pole dash here in heat race number 3. Lights out on the pace truck going green this time.
"16 laps of heat race action complete of 40 that we're guaranteeing you here tonight in tonight's program as we're about to get ready for heat race number 3. Pace truck lights out, slows down, makes the left-hand turn onto pit road. Shea Paulo, Jason Randolph on the front row. Slow. We're going to super slow start. Paulo's going to get a huge jump as they race down to the turn number 1.
Shea Paulo out front. Matt Dixon in the 2nd spot. Jason Randolph going to shake out in 3rd. Joe Cease in 4th. Miles Jansen, Josh Indick. Jason Randolph looking on the inside of Matt Dixon for the second spot going into turn number 1. Jason Randolph's going to slide up. Dixon's going to have to really get on the brakes. Joe Cease going to try to get on the inside. He's going to go for the 2-for-1 here in turn number 3. Joe Cease off turn number 4, trying to hang on side by side going into turn number 1. Jason Randolph, Joe Cease, great battle here for the second spot down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Both of them trying to track down Shea Paulo as we complete lap number 3, headed into turn number 1.
Joe Cease and Deceased. Joe Cease and Deceased out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway here. He came out of nowhere to run for that second spot as he's going to race Jason Randolph down through 3 and 4. Slides at the racetrack. Oh, they almost touch. They keep it off the wall. Randolph bounces back to the bottom side of the racetrack. Now Cease goes right to the top side of the racetrack. He's going to get loose, cuts down on Matt Dixon, but they're not going to. They're going to keep it going here as that's a battle for third now between Cease and Dixon. Down in the 3 and 4. Dixon right through the middle of the racetrack. Cease on the top. One line above the slick for Dixon, but it's not going to be good enough. He's going to lose the speed a little bit as Cease is able to carry the momentum. As now Cease looks like he's going to set his eyes back on the number 4 car of Jason Randolph going down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. Cease right on the wall. Puts the right rear. He's scrubbing the Hoosier logo right off of it. But up front at Shea Paulo, he's got the field by almost 1.5 seconds. As now the field starts to space out a little bit further back. Jansen's 5th, Indick is 6th. Alex Goods making a run for 7th. He's going to get around Jeff Peterson as Peterson falls to 8th, but the white flag is in the air for the 21 car of Shea Paulo as he goes down and out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Jason Randolph, Joe Cease, they got 2 and 3rd locked into place, but out of turn number 4, it's California Dreamin' for the 21 of Shea Paulo. 2nd, Jason Randolph. 3rd, Joe Cease. Matt Dixon, 4th. 5th, it'll be Miles Jansen. 6th, Joshua Indick. 7th will go to Alex Good, and 8th will go to Jeff Peterson.
All right, going to get heat race number 4 lined up here on pit road. Going to have 8 cars to grid. Let's get them lined up here. Starting on the pole in heat race number 4 in the Jessup Logistics number 14, that is Mark Jessup. Starting on his outside in the Up Sim Team Over the Wall Photography. Number 72 from Milford, Ohio, the Milford Missile himself, that is Jeff Stewart. Starting in the 3rd spot in the Black Diamond Motorsports UDTV 19 Design, Tim Sims. Number 36 from Sellersburg, Indiana, that is Nathan Davis. Starting in the 4th spot in the number 47, that is Garrett Pepiot. Starting 5th in the number 38, that is Seth Miles. Starting 6th in the 14, that is Casey Gus. And starting in 7th in the number 28, Lloyd Racing Machine Outlaw Winks from Blanchard, Oklahoma, that is Chris Lloyd. And starting in 8th in the 43, that is Caden Gray. 8 cars going here for 8 laps in heat race number 3. Heat race number 4, excuse me. Top 3 to tonight's A main. Top 2 the pole dash. Catching up on the chat here. Appreciate everybody tuning in here to the Dirt Racing Network. Dirt Slingers Monday Night Thunder Series race number 2 here from the Eldora Speedway. Heat race number 4 about ready to get going. Pace truck about ready to hit pit road. 2x2 here behind the pace truck. Green flag in the air. Heat race number 4 underway. Good jump by Mark Jessup going into turns 1 and 2. Nathan Davis, Jeff Stewart side by side here for the 2nd spot. Stewart's going to edge ahead. Nathan Davis battling back on the inside. Is going to slide up. Stewart's going to cross him back over. Still side by side at the line going into turn number 1. Jeff Stewart on the bottom. Nathan Davis gets the outside fence. Gets into Garrett Pepiot. Both cars. Nathan Davis sideways going to fall back to the 5th spot. Garrett Pepiot keeps foot in the gas. Going to hang on to 3rd. But Mark Jessup heads into turn number 1.
For the first 2 laps of that heat race, it was like a drunk rock'em sock'em. There were cars all over the place, but now the field's kind of spaced out as the top 3 have checked out from the rest of the field. Nathan Davis is in 4th. He's making a hard charge, though, trying to get back up to that 3rd and final trash spot so he can make his way to the A-main. But up front, it is all the 14 car of Mark Jessup as he leads over teammate Jeffrey Stewart in the 72. Pepiette is third, a little bit further back in the field. We got a battle for 7th or 6th maybe between Seth Miles and Chris Lloyd, as Lloyd's working the bottom side of the racetrack, gets a good drive off the turn, but it's not going to be enough. And that's the battle for 7th, actually, as now Caden Gray is 6th, but back up to the front of the field here. And it looks like the field's kind of pulling away from Nathan Davis. He hasn't been able to gain anything, but Garrett Pepiette trying to make a run here on the number 72 machine. Jeffrey Stewart, a slider line through 1 and 2 to the top side of the racetrack. Looks like he closes the gap a little bit, but he's going to lose a lot of that on exit as we come to complete lap number 6.
Mark Jessup's going to see 2 laps to go this time as he crosses the start-finish line headed into turn number 1. Garrett Pepiette trying to close in on Jeff Stewart for that second spot. Had it within 3 or 4 car lengths as they work through turns 1 and 2. Trying to close back in. White flag in the air for Mark Jessup. Through turns 1 and 2 he goes. Jeff Stewart second. Garrett Pepiette third. Nathan Davis closing in. Got it to 5 car lengths now as they head down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Mark Jessup will win heat race number 4. Jeff Stewart second. Garrett Pepiette will finish in third. Nathan Davis fourth. Casey Gus will come home in 5th. Seth Miles, Caden Gray, and Chris Lloyd rounding out the 8 cars in heat race number 4. Going to get heat race number 5 lined up here on pit road. Going to get 7 cars. Wrong one. Starting on the pole. In the Elbows Up Sim Team, Wicked Energy Gum, number 79 from New Paris, Ohio. That is Billy Raleigh, starting in the second spot. In the Elbows Up Sim Team, Over the Wall, BS Air, number 25. That is Richie Preston. Starting in the third spot. In the Black Diamond Motorsports UDTV, number 10 from Warrensburg, Missouri. That is Ryan Scheidt. Starting fourth in the number 32, that is Jeremy Isabel. Starting fifth in the UDSRA, Wagon KCI 55 Lawyers, number 73 from St. Louis, Missouri. That is Larry Moody. Starting in the sixth spot. In the number 33, that is Jeff Isabel. And starting in seventh, in the Elbows Up Sim Team, number 7, that is Hayden Cardwell. 7 cars going here for heat race number 5. 8 laps, top 3 to tonight's A-main, top 2 to the pole dash. As soon as we finish up here, we'll get preliminary mains going. All culminating with 30-lap A-main event here tonight.
Lights off. Bush Truck's going to make that left-hand turn on the pit road. The 5th and final heat race of the night. And we're agreeing with the Ohio driver, Billy Raleigh, getting on the gas. He's going to cross the line. We're going to turn number 1. 3 wide already. Keep your eye on the 7. Hayden Cardwell. He's picked up 2 spots. They're not even through 2 turns. Out of turn number 2. He's already there. Oh, my goodness. I don't even know what to say, Jeff. From last all the way up to 3rd, he's thumping him the tops up here.
Billy Raleigh still out front. Hayden Cardwell coming in that 3rd spot, trying to track down Richie Preston. Elbows Up Sim Team Machines, first 3 here off turn number 4 to complete lap number 2. Billy Raleigh, Hayden Cardwell looking to the inside, trying for the 2 for 1. Couldn't do it that time. Slides up almost a little bit of contact with Richie Preston. Preston looking to get alongside Billy Raleigh for the race lead. Couldn't do it that time at the line. Going into turn number 1. Richie Preston trying to close into Billy Raleigh. Raleigh down the back straightaway, pulling away by 3 car lengths now. Through turns 3 and 4, all 4 top 4 cars right up against that outside fence as they go into turn number 1.
Through turn number 2, out into the back straightaway is Billy Raleigh leading the field here over Richie Preston just a little bit. Here comes Cardwell, slides up, makes slight contact with the rear end of his teammate Richie Preston, gets a little loose. That may open the door for the 10 car of Ryan Scheidt to take the spot, but he's not going to be able to. Slides up, leaves 1 lane open. And like a madman on the top side, Hayden Cardwell kept his foot in it, keeps the position. We're going to complete lap 6. We're going to have 2 more laps to go here. But this could be a dogfight for the win of this heat race and for the final driver's spot if another mistake happens, as they start to pull away a little bit from Ryan Scheidt in the 10 car. But Billy Raleigh up front, he's going to come take the white flag. Will his teammates have anything for him here on the final lap on the big half-mile of Eldora? Down in the turn 1. Raleigh on the top side of the racetrack. Cardwell right on the back bumper of Richie Preston out of turn number 2. Will there be a move here? The answer is maybe. It's going to depend on what run Hayden Cardwell gets, but it's going to be the New Paris, Ohio driver, Billy Raleigh, to win it. Hayden Cardwell gets into the wall, coming to the finish, but he's going to hold on to the spot as him and Ryan Scheidt crash into the wall in turn number 1. But your finishing order for heat race number 5 will be Billy Raleigh, Richie Preston, Hayden Cardwell, Ryan Scheidt, Jeremy Isabel, Larry Moody, and finishing in 7th will be Jeff Isabel.
All right, gonna get these guys gridded up here for tonight's C main. And it looks like we're gonna have, I think, 12 or 13 of you here. See, getting them all to grid up already. See how many we still have left. I know a couple guys have left the server. I think we're gonna have 12 cars. Starting on the pole here for tonight's C main in the 888 of is John Harper. Starting on his outside in the number 5, that's Braden Eiler. Starting third in the 714, that is Josh Indick. Starting fourth in the 38, that's Seth Miles. Starting fifth in the 73, that's Larry Moody. Starting sixth in the number 10, that is Justin Williams. Scheduled to be seventh is the number 7 of Jimmy Mars, but I don't think he's here. Starting 8th in the number 86, that's Alex Good. Starting 9th in the 43, that's Caden Gray. Starting 10th in the number 33, that is Jeff Isabel. Starting 11th in the 18, that is Brady Baldwin. That ugly mug is not scheduled to be 12th. 13th is going to be Jeff Peterson in the 26, and starting 14th in the 28, that is Chris Lloyd. So 12 cars going 10 laps, top 4 to the rear of tonight's B main. So eliminations are going to be in effect here, sending 8 cars to the trailer for the evening. All right, going green next time. John Harper, Braden Eiler on the front row.
John Harper, Braden Eiler, side by side on the back straightaway. They're going to lead this big field to the green flag. Top 4 do advance to the B main. 10 laps. Pace truck, lights out. Make that left-hand turn onto pit road. Field gets nice and tight. We are green in the night C main. 10 laps. Who's going to go to the next round and run the alphabet? Down in the turn number 1. Harper slides up the racetrack. Eiler's going to quickly cross underneath him. That's the race for the lead down the back straight. A little bit further back in the pack, we got guys side by side, 3 wide, 4 wide, and a big pile up going in the turn number 3.
No caution.
Green.
No caution yet. Still Braden Eiler out front. John Harper second. Larry Moody third. Josh Indick fourth. Jeff Isabel fifth. Alex Good 6th. Chris Lloyd 7th. Jeff Peterson 8th. Completing lap number 2 that time. Braden Eiler still out front. John Harper, Larry Moody, Josh Indick, the 4 cars that would transfer to tonight's B main. Through turns 3 and 4, Braden Eiler is going to complete lap number 3 going into turn number 1.
We got a battle for that 4th and final transfer spot, though, between Jeff Isabel and Joshua Indick down the back straightaway. Indick's currently got the position by 1, 2, 3 car lengths. As now down to the turn 3 and 4. Isabel running the bomb side of the racetrack right through the slick. He's going to lose a lot of speed on exit. Now opening up to about 5 or 6 cars for Joshua Indick. But up front, Braden Eiler has got the field pretty well in hand. Larry Moody in 3rd, trying to make him maybe look on a move on John Harper in 2nd. And then now further back in the field, Jeff Isabel is going to have maybe a challenge from the 86 of Alex Good. But he actually is going to gain a couple of car lengths here. And we got a caution flag.
Caution coming out. Let's see. Looks like Justin Williams, Jeff Peterson around. Jeff Peterson hard in the outside fence in turn number 1. Bringing out this most recent caution flag. Got it back on all 4s. Drove away. Going to take it to pit road. His night is over. Top 10 is Braden Eiler, John Harper, Larry Moody, Josh Indick, Jeff Isabel, Alex Good, Chris Lloyd, Caden Gray, and Justin Williams. The 10 cars still running on the racetrack. Might get a 1-lap shootout here. Glenn, watching from Flint, Michigan. Well, I appreciate you tuning in there, Glenn.
Braden Eiler trying to run the soup here. He's no stranger to this, though. He tends to eat a lot of his SpaghettiOs as we saw him run the Alphabet Soup in the Wicked Cushion Championship Series race at Williams Grove last month in York, Pennsylvania. He was actually there in person running the 10 simulator, so he even did it outside of his own equipment. I mean, that's like, that's eating SpaghettiOs, but that's also eating the Scooby-Doo version as well. So Eiler's going to try to make some moves here. I don't think we're going to go back green flag racing here for the remainder of this C main, but he's going to start in the back of the B, and he's definitely going to be a guy to keep his eyes on because he's going to try to make quick work of a lot of those cars.
Actually, we're going to have a lap shootout here to decide this C main. Pace truck's about ready to hit pit road. Pace truck hits pit road. Braden
Eiler's going to get back on the hammer here. We're back green flag and racing for our 1-lap shootout. Maybe keep our eyes back here on a little bit of fourth. We could get a challenge between Jeffa Isbell and Joshua Indick there. That's going to decide who's going to go. But up front, it's all Eilers. We do have a battle for second between Moody and Harper, but here's that slide job. It's coming out of turn number 4 at the line. Give it to Joshua Indick. He's going to be able to keep the spot.
Finishing order will be Braden Eiler, John Harper, Larry Moody, and Josh Indick will be the 4 cars that transfer through. Jeff Isbell, Alex Good, Chris Lloyd, Justin Thomas. All right, going to get tonight's B main onto the racetrack here. 5 going to transfer through. It looks like we're going to have 14 here in this one. Starting on the pole here in the number 27, that is Ty Williams. Starting on his outside in the 99, that is Rob Nelson. Starting in the 3rd spot in the 96, that's Matt Dixon. Starting 4th in the 36, that is Nathan Davis. Starting 5th in the 10, that's Ryan Scheidt. Starting 6th in the 17, that's Justin Sly. 7th in the 37, that is Derek Layton. Starting 8th in the 67, that is Miles Jansen. Starting 9th in the 14, that's Casey Gus. Starting 10th in the 32, that's Jeremy Isabel. Starting 11th in the 5, that's Braden Eiler. Starting 12th in the 888, that's John Harper. Starting 13th in the 73, that is Larry Moody. And starting 14th in the 714, that is Josh Indick. 14 cars going 12 laps, top 5. Advance to tonight's A main. Everybody else headed to the trailer for the evening. TJ, go to dirtslingersracing.com, and that's where you apply to get into this series. dirtslingersracing.com. And then you apply there. Roger will get you all squared away and everything like that, but that's where you need to go.
12-lap citizens, top 5 go to tonight's A main. Pace truck lights out. It's going to make the left-hand turn. You already know how this goes. Ty Williams got control of the field. We're green flag and racing for tonight's B main.
3 wide. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, going on turn number 1, we're 3-4 wide. That's the battle for the race lead. Throw a kitty blanket over him. That's now Ryan Shea trying to run the bottom side of the racetrack, but right now it looks like coming to the line is going to be the 99 car of Rob Nelson for the lead. As we have, an absolute boxing match for 5th between Ryan Scheidt, Ty Williams, Miles Jansen, and throw Derek Layton in the mix as well, as he's running the bottom side of the racetrack. But don't look behind him, because here comes the 5 of Braden Eiler.
Rob Nelson 3 wide with Nathan Davis and Matt Dixon for the race leader off turn number 2. Davis on the outside, Nelson through the middle. Matt Dixon on the bottom side, still 3 wide as Rob Nelson gets all sideways there off turn number 4. Gets into, I believe that was Josh Indick. No caution. Caution that time now. Nathan Davis going to inherit the lead after that one. They were 3 wide. Rob Nelson just could not hold on to that one as they came off turn number 4. Rewind it one more time. They're 3 wide here off turn number 4. He came down, got into Matt Dixon, got into the outside fence, and then Josh Indick came by and clobbered him there as they went into turn number 1. Top 10 is going to be Nathan Davis, Miles Jansen, Matt Dixon, Ryan Scheidt, Ty Williams, Braden Eiler, Derek Layton, Jeremy Isabel, John Harper, and Larry Moody. Still have 11 cars running on the racetrack going for the top 5 spots to get into tonight's A main.
Fifth and final transfer spot right now belongs to the 27 car of Ty Williams. And if I was him, I'd be running to the fridge, opening the milk and drinking it, because you're going to need it if you want to hold off the 5 car of Braden Eiler, who's 1 spot behind you. Reminder, he started 11, so he's worked his way up the field to only be 1 spot out, and we'll expect to see a move here on this restart for him to get in that position. But I mean, not only that, that's not the only battle on the field here. We were 3 wide for the lead in this B main, a little bit like, I mean, the last green flag lap, we were 3 wide coming out of turn number 4. And this is an Eldora track where you don't see that too often. So to see that right now, this means that track is in, I mean, the most superb position that has probably been all night for racing action. But it looks like the lights are off on the pace truck. It's going to make that left-hand turn, and Nathan Davis is going to have control of the field here as they come out of 4. We're back on the hammer and green flag racing, and Jansen with a horrible and, I mean, atrocious start backs up the field. Everyone's going to get jumbled up, and here we go out of turn number 1. It looks like Matt Dixon's going to get a little bit of a bumper from Ryan Scheit. He's going to fall back. He's going to fall in the top 5, and now he's on the outside looking in.
Matt Dixon back, looking about 6th on back. Derek Layton trying to get on the inside. So is John Harper. A little bit of contact between Dixon and Layton. Really beating and banging off each other here back in the pack. Going to head back up to the front of the field. Nathan Davis still out front with 3 laps to go. Miles Jansen 2nd. Ryan Scheit 3rd. Ty Williams, Braden Eiler is going to come alive. Braden Eiler is going to hang on to 4th. Ty Williams in that 5th and final transfer spot. John Harper in the 6th position, trying to close in with 2 laps to go. Through turns 1 and 2 down the back straightaway, Nathan Davis pulling away from Miles Jansen by just over half a second. As they're working through turns 3 and 4, we're going to see the white flag this time by here off turn number 4 as they go through turns 1 and 2. Braden Eiler all over Ryan Scheit for that 3rd spot down the back straightaway. Braden Eiler will take over 3rd. Ryan Scheit back to 4th. Ty Williams currently in 5th as Nathan Davis will win tonight's B main. Miles Jansen, Braden Eiler, Ryan Scheit, Ty Williams be the 5th and final transfer spot here tonight.
Matt Dixon will finish 6th, 1 spot out. Larry Moody 7th. In the 8th finishing position, it's going to be the number 37 of Derek Layton. Casey Gus 9th. 10th will be John Harper. Jeremy Isabel, Joshua Indek, Rob Nelson, and Justin Sly round out that 14-car B main. So the pole dash is going to roll out here, and we're going to see who's going to start in the top 10 and in what order here right now.
Getting these pole dash cars onto the racetrack here. We have a couple extra coming out here. Waiting for race control to get this sorted out here. Should be 10 cars out here. Going to go 8 laps. Going to set the first 5 rows of tonight's A main. Getting them sorted out here. Race control's getting these guys lined up. It's going to be Mason Hannigan and Josh Stanky on the front row. Billy Raleigh and Mark Jessup, row 2. Shea Paulo, Dustin Griffiths, row 3. Michael Meek, Jason Randolph, row 4. And trying to get that last row. Jeff Stewart and Richie Preston, row 5. Going 8 laps.
8 laps for the dash. Mason Hannigan, Joshua Steinke on the front row. They have the field. 10 cars were green. Hannigan gets a good start on Steinke. They're going to race down to turn 1. On the bottom side of the racetrack is Shea Paulo, the 21 car of Michael Meek. They're trying to make the bottom work. Here comes Dustin Griffiths with a good run. There's a lot of elbows up SimSport drivers in this dash, but up front right now it's all Mason Hannigan as we complete lap number 1.
Josh Stanky looking to the inside, diving through there, trying to take over the race lead. Josh Stanky will take over the race lead. Mason Hannigan, all sorts out of sideways. Billy Raleigh's going to take over 2nd. Hannigan's going to come battle back on the inside, try to get back up to Raleigh 4th, 2nd. Going to hang on to 3rd. Michael Meek back here in 4th. Mark Jessup in 5th. Shea Paulo 6th. Jeff Stewart, Richie Preston, Dustin Griffiths rounding out the 10 cars here. It's Josh Stanky pulling away now from Billy Raleigh, running in that 2nd spot. Mason Hannigan, Michael Meek, and Mark Jessup, the top 5. Coming off here off turn number 4, Josh Stanky halfway, 4 down, 4 to go as they haul it in at turn number 1.
Out for 3rd right now. Mason Hannigan's going to slide up the racetrack here on Michael Meek. Meek gets a good run right through the middle of the racetrack, drives right back by, and that may open the door for Mark Jessup now and down in the turn number 3. Hannigan slides up the racetrack. He's not going to get Meek. Now Jessup trying to run the middle side of the racetrack is going to get loose on exit. They'll lose some time as Joshua Stanky is checked out from the field here in this dash down the back straightaway. Raleigh runs 2nd, Meek 3rd, Hannigan 4th, Jessup back in 5th as we complete lap number, I don't even know what lap we're on here.
2 to go.
Counter. 3 to go. Okay, so Stanky's got only a couple more laps left. Here comes Michael Meek with a move on Billy Riley, but he's going to come up short by, well, 4th and short there for him, basically, as Billy Riley's able to hold the spot.
White flag here for Josh Stanky off turn number 4. Through turns 1 and 2, he goes, pulling away big time now for over Billy Riley and Michael Meek in the top 3. Josh Stanky down through the 3 and 4 off turn number 4. Josh Stanky will win tonight's pole dash. Billy Raleigh will finish in 2nd. Michael Meek in 3rd. Mason Hannigan 4th. Mark Jessup 5th. Shea Paulo 6th. Richie Preston 7th. Dustin Griffiths 8th. Jeff Stewart 9th. And Jason Randolph will finish in 10th. I believe Race Control is going to get these guys a couple minutes to get their setups fine-tuned for tonight's A-Main. So we do that. We're going to head it to a commercial really quick. Race Control is giving these guys a couple minutes to get squared away. Track's getting pretty slick here. See if we can see 2 lines of racing. That would be awesome. Usually Eldora is pretty high side dominant, but maybe with the track slicking off, we might get a couple lanes of racing here tonight.
All depends on how the track wears here. Definitely with the setup too. I'm hearing a lot of rumbles right now through the drivers. The setup's a little funky on the cushion of the racetrack, so that may kind of motivate dudes or inspire them to run a little bit down off of it so they can have a little bit better control of their cars. But I mean, it is black from bottom to top. It looks like through the turn, a little bit of maybe traction there at the bottom, at the top, and maybe 1 lane off of the cushion. And then you look over in turn 4, you got it on the top. I know you have a 1 lane down and then the bottom side of the racetrack, but it's so hard to hit the bottom side of the racetrack here. You have to be almost perfect. But more importantly, there looks like there's a nice pack of moisture there right through the middle of the racetrack through 3 and 4. And if guys can hit that and keep the car planted and straight off exit, that could really be a fast line for them. So we're going to have to see who's going to have the patience and the finesse to run the race car right through that and then not step on it on exit.
Gaten, appreciate you coming to race with us, and just get better, and you'll be out there racing for A-Main wins here before you know it. All right, Race Control ready to advance. We're going to get the 20 cars lined up here on pit road, ready to get this 30-lap A-Main underway. As soon as these guys start the grid, we're going to give you from 11th on back, as we're going to have to rearrange those first 5 rows. So going to get all 20 guys to grid here, and then we'll give you the starting lineup from 11th on back. Waiting on 5 more to grid. Now we got 3 more. Get this. Starting in the 11th position is the number 6 of Joe Isabel. Starting 12th in the number 9, that is Jason Giblin. Starting 13th in the 76, that is Joe C. Starting 14th in the 47, that's Garrett Pepiot. 15th in the 30, I forget what number he's at. In the number 7, that is Caden Cardwell. Starting in 16th in the 36, that's Nathan Davis. And starting 17th in the 67, that is Miles Jansen. Starting 18th in the 5, that's Braden Eiler. Starting 19th in the 10, that is Ryan Scheidt. And starting 20th in the 27, that is Ty Williams. So as soon as these guys go around, they're going to take the iRacing green flag. Race control will rearrange those first 5 rows and how they just finished in that pole dash. Once he is satisfied, we will cut him loose for 30 green flag only laps here tonight. Manually count in the top left corner of the screen. A lot of fast cars in the back of the pack here. Nathan Davis, Hayden Cardwell, Braden Eiler, Ryan Scheitz. To see if a lot of these guys working their way towards the front of the field, trying to stay out of trouble, but working through traffic, but also working the racetrack. Cody, Braden Eiler is not sure. Do you know how old Braden is? There's Zane.
I want to say he's like 13, 14.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. 13, 14, 15, somewhere in that ballpark. There's a lot of young kids out here. Trying to think. Dustin Griffiths is pretty young, I know. Mason Hannigan's really young. So there's a lot of young guys, and then there's some old guys out here too. So it's a vast variety. All right, these guys are getting lined up here. Race control is satisfied. We're going to go green, not this next time, but the following time. It's going to be Josh Stanky and Billy Raleigh on the front row. Michael Meek, Mason Hannigan, row 2. Shea Paulo, Mark Jessup, row 3. Richie Preston, Dustin Griffiths, row 4. Jeff Stewart and Jason Randolph, row 5. Joe Isabel, Jason Giblin, row 6. Garrett Pepiot, Joe Cease, row 7. Nathan Davis, Hayden Cardwell, row 8. Braden Eiler, Miles Jansen, row 9. Ty Williams, Ryan Scheidt, row 10. Getting ready to go green here. Off turn number 4, going to lap number 32. Green flag.
Steinke steps on the hammer. We'll race down to turn number 1. He's got the lead. He goes to the top side of the racetrack. He's going to be able to pull it off. 2, 3, 4 wide for the rest of the field. We got a 4 wide battle there all the way back for the bottom battle of 10th position as they enter turn 3. Hayden Cardwell working the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to make it work. Got the left front right on the bottom of the track, right to the wall. We got 1 car to the wall, 2 cars to the wall, 3, 4, 1 upside down. It's Nathan Davis in the 36 car. No caution as of now, though. We got more contact further back in the field as well, but we stay green. As up front, it's all looks like the number 80 machine of Joshua Steinke, and there's a caution. Nathan Davis parked on the inside of turn number 1. That's going to bring out the caution. We saw that happen a lap earlier.
Nathan Davis was working 3, 4 wide back here in the pack. 1 car got into the wall. I think that was Jason Giblin, and then Nathan Davis hard into the turn 1 fence. Tried to refire, came down the racetrack, and then stopped at the bottom side of the racetrack as cars were coming. iRacing's going to throw the caution there. They were going to let it go unless he cleared the racetrack or refired, and he stopped, and so that brought out that caution flag. Josh Stanky, Michael Meek, Mason Hannigan, Billy Raleigh, Shea Paulo, the top 5. Dustin Griffiths, Mark Jessup, Hayden Cardwell, Jeff Stewart, Richie Preston, the top 10, going to lap number 35 in the top left corner of your screen. Some cars. Hayden Cardwell started in the back of the pack. I believe he started 15th. He's already up to 8th. Braden Eiler up to 13th. Nathan Davis, he's still in the back. See how damaged that race car is. We have 1 race car retired, is done for the evening. That is Jason Giblin. He's going to finish in the 20th spot. Lights are out on the pace truck. Going to go green next time. Going to lap number 35. Still got 19 cars running on the racetrack. Josh Stanky, Michael Meek, Mason Hannigan, Billy Raleigh, Shea Paulo, the top 5. Getting ready to go back green flag racing.
Stanky's got the field. Michael Meek in second. Mason Hannigan third. Billy Raleigh fourth. Shea Paulo fifth. That's your top five. We're back green flag and races. We go down to turn number one. Hannigan right to the bottom side of the racetrack. He's going to try to make something work here before everyone gets up to speed. Down the back straightaway, he was side by side on the exit, but the momentum carried by Meek on the exit's enough to get him back up there. As here comes Dustin Griffiths through the middle of the racetrack, trying to put a move on teammate Shea Paulo for fifth. And here comes Hayden Cardwell finessing the bottom side of the racetrack. Up front, though, we got a race for the lead. Michael Meek and Joshua Steinke, they make contact. Here comes Billy Raleigh through the middle.
Stanky, Billy Raleigh, Michael Meek right up against the outside fence here off turn number 4. Mason Hannigan, first one out of line. 3-4 wide going into turn number 1. Stanky's going to hang on to the race lead. Billy Raleigh, Michael Meek, Mason Hannigan, Shea Paulo trying to get into this battle in the 5th spot. Hayden Cardwell on the bottom side of the racetrack running in the 6th position. Dustin Griffith 7th. Jeff Stewart, Jason Randolph, Braden Eiler, the top 10. Josh Stanky pulling away now by almost 3/4 of a second over Michael Meek and Billy Raleigh are side by side for that 2nd spot. Billy Raleigh's going to take it going into turns 1 and 2. Michael Meek 2nd, Mason Hannigan 3rd, Hayden Cardwell in. Mason Hannigan 4th, but Hayden Cardwell 5th.
Billy Raleigh run the top side of the racetrack there, gets back around Michael Meek. Mason Hannigan continues to run the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to find something down there that he can work with, as almost everyone else is on the top side of the racetrack. All the way back in 13th, Garrett Pepiette. He's trying to run the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to make something work. But here comes Michael Meek back up to second with a slide jump on Billy Raleigh. Down in the turn 1. Raleigh hits the bottom side of the racetrack, slides up, and Michael Meek can be able to carry enough momentum to get back around him. Back into second for the 21 car of Meek. Now, back in third, Raleigh's going to have a challenge from teammate number 7, Hayden Cardwell. Cardwell's going to take advantage of Raleigh losing a little bit of time to that battle for second. As they're bumper to bumper into turn number 1, Raleigh gets to the fence. He's going to slow down. That's going to allow the 7 Cardwell by. Maybe the 1 car of Mason Hannigan as they drive down in the 3. Hannigan on the bottom side of the racetrack slides up right to middle on exit. Is he going to have enough? The answer is no, he's not. Billy Raleigh keeps it, and he'll run 4th.
Mason Hannigan trying to rally back on the bottom side, trying to get alongside Billy Raleigh. Couldn't do it. Going to fall back. Josh Stanky, almost a full second now over Michael Meek. Hayden Cardwell running in 3rd. Billy Raleigh, Mason Hannigan, Shea Paulo, Dustin Griffiths, Braden Eiler, Richie Preston, and Jeff Stewart, the top 10. Still got 18 cars running on the racetrack here. Might see a couple lap cars come into play here as well. We got 1 lap car ahead. That is Joe Isabel. Josh Stanky, Michael Meek, Hayden Cardwell, still the front 3. Pretty strung out here. Shea Paulo is going to go around Mason Hannigan for the 5th position. Hannigan back to 6th. Braden Eiler, Dustin Griffiths, 7th and 8th. Josh Stanky going to bypass the lap car of Joe Isabel. Is going to try to go around him on the top side of the racetrack here. He will. Halfway, 15 down, 15 to go as they go into turns 1 and 2. Michael Meek still running in 2nd. Good run for him. Hayden Cardwell closing in. Got it to within about 5-4, 3-2 car lengths now through turns 3 and 4 off turn number 4. Hayden Cardwell closing in on Michael Meek for that 2nd spot.
Cardwell's got his eyes set on that spot as a turn number 2 down the back straight into 3. Here comes Cardwell right through the middle side of the racetrack. Slides up on cushion exit to get the good run as they continue to work around the outside of the 6 car of Joe Isabel, who's running the inside of the racetrack now. Is going to slide up. Meek goes to the bottom side right through the middle. That may open the door for the 7 Hayden Cardwell out of turn number 2 down the back straight. Here comes Cardwell. Big slide job on the bottom side of the racetrack. Slides up, hits the cushion. He's got to give the runner-up position now to number 7 Hayden Cardwell. Michael Meek says, not yet, young gun. I'm going to try to work my way back around, but it's not going to be enough as the momentum on the top side of the racetrack is enough for Hayden Cardwell to clear and maintain the spot. He'll set his eyes on the 80 of Josh Stanky as Stanky works around teammate Nathan Davis as a lap car. And a little bit further back in the pack, Raleigh continues to run 4th. Mason Hannigan has gotten back around Shea Paulo for 5th. Paulo is 6th, and here comes Braden Eiler now around the outside of Paulo for 6.
Braden Eiler looking on the outside of Shea Paulo for the 6th spot, wants to get up to Mason Hannigan now for 5th as Eiler's going to take over 6th. Eiler down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. This time going to try to close in and try to get alongside Mason Hannigan for that 5th spot, get into the top 5. Everybody else pretty much strung out here. Is Josh Stinky out to 1.4 seconds. Mason Hannigan putting the outside fence. Going to allow Braden Eiler to go by. Shea Paulo might even go by in the 6th spot here off turn number 4 as we're closing in on 5 laps to go here. Shea Paulo on the bottom side. Mason Hannigan on the outside for that 6th spot. Back at the front of the field, Josh Stinky, 1.1 seconds. Hayden Cardwell is closing. See if he's going to run out of laps or not. Michael Meek still running in 3rd. Billy Raleigh in 4th and Braden Eiler in 5th. But we're going to focus at the front of the field. Hayden Cardwell still 1.1 seconds to get back up to race leader Josh Stinky as we are going to see 5 laps to go this time by here off turn number 4 for race leader Josh Stinky.
Stinky through turns 1 now has a lead under a second. The gap is getting smaller as Hayden Cardwell starting to reel him in, but they're running almost pretty similar lines here as Cardwell this time though runs a slider line through 3 and 4. Stinky maintains it on the top side of the racetrack. That's going to be able to allow Cardwell to close the gap to 0.7. He's closing in and he's closing quick. And guess what? Look in front of Stinky. You have the 76 of Joe Cease. Lap traffic is now a factor for the 80 machine of Josh Stinky.
Josh Stinky's going to bypass the lap car. Joe Cease. Hayden Cardwell now he's going to have to do the same thing as Joe Cease. Going to look to the inside of Josh Stinky as a lap car. Hayden Cardwell is there. He's got it to 4 car lengths with 2 laps to go. Josh Stinky, Hayden Cardwell putting on a show here with 5 car lengths now as they go down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Garrett Pepiot, the next car to go a lap down as we got the white flag in the air this time here off turn number 4. Josh Stinky, Hayden Cardwell working through turns 1 and 2 down the back straightaway they go. Hayden Cardwell, one last-ditch effort here in 3 and 4. Not going to be able to get alongside. Josh Stinky will win here at Eldora. Hayden Cardwell will finish in 2nd. Michael Meek will come home in 3rd. Billy Raleigh will finish in 4th. And Braden Eiler will finish in 5th. Great racing. Every once in a while, you'll get the lap cars. The lap cars really became a factor there in that one, and it was good to see some clean racing, some guys given room, and Hayden Cardwell made it interesting there at the end. All right, going to get these guys to come around one more time and get them stopped on the front straightaway. We'll get a quick word, and then we'll wrap it up for the evening. So great racing here. Great racing in the first race and here in the second one. Only 1 caution flag in that first race. Nathan Davis was the only, or in this race, Nathan Davis was the only one to bring out the only caution flag.
Superb rate. I mean, here at Eldora for a track that we've seen a lot of guys, really say is topside dominant. It only runs 1 lane. I mean, we did see a lot of guys run the top side of the racetrack there, but I mean, at the end, it was the edge of your seat there. Was Cardwell going to have enough to make the move on Stinky? And we had seen him early in the program make absolute bombs in turn 3 and 4, but he came up a little bit short there. But throughout the field, you had guys running the bottom side of the racetrack, you had guys on the top, and guys running right through the middle. So that's a brand new Eldora that we haven't seen very often here on the sim, but to see it here tonight with the fixed 360s is a nice sight to see.
All right, going to get these guys in the channel here. Michael Meek, got a copy.
I got you.
All right, man. Good run for you. Kept it in the top 3 all night long. Just came up a few spots short. Just talk about how it was from the driver's seat.
Yeah, definitely a super fun race. Track was slick from top to bottom. Felt like I had quite a bit of speed there in the beginning. We're running with Josh, and then towards the end, I just started to fall off. I think Hayden passed me like I was stopped about halfway through, but other than that, it was pretty good.
Michael, we saw you there run the bottom, get to the top, and then you went down to the, or not, started at the bottom, went to the top, top to bottom, right through the middle. What's that like looking for a line to run here at Eldora? A track that everyone said is topside dominant, but you guys found a little bit of moisture there through the middle. I mean, what's that like to mentally tell yourself, hey, we're not running the top side of the racetrack here. The fast line might be right through the middle.
Yeah, it's definitely tricky. And then, I mean, then you got to add in the aspect of trying to figure out where your wing is. And then we're all on a fixed setup. So you're looking at where the guys in front of you are running, and it's pretty complicated.
All right, man. Any thank yous before we let you go?
Yeah, all the guys at Royal Sim Sports, Cody at Ed Racing Designs, y'all guys for putting the broadcast on, Edmund Trophy, Tim Sims, and Roger for doing the league.
All right, man. Congrats on that third place finish.
Thank you.
Third place, Michael Meek. Gonna get Hayden here in the channel.
Sorry, running the.
Hayden Carl got a copy.
Yeah.
Two podiums here tonight. Came home with a second. Started towards the middle of the pack here, and this one worked your way up 2 seconds. Just talk about how it was from your vantage point.
Yeah, it was crazy there. One caution, can't ask for any better race, and rolled the bottom there that first lap, and we went from 16th to 8th, just rolling that bottom, and we were able to get up to 3rd or 4th behind Mason and Michael, and Josh was out front. Made a move on Mason. He was running the bottom there, and I feel like Michael just let me go there. I wasn't for sure, but we ended up pulling him. And I really don't know how far we were away from Josh, but I started driving the car as hard as I could, and felt like I was gaining a lot of speed there, and I was hoping to have maybe a lap or two left.
And we saw you throw a haymaker of a slide job earlier in the program there, coming to the checkered flag, going into 3 and 4. What's your mindset there? You have Steinke, you're a couple car lengths back, you're not sure if you can clear him, you know he's going to run that slider line. Were you looking there to maybe outslide him, so to speak, or are you trying to just get the momentum and maybe go around the outside of him if he misses his line?
Yeah, they're right there. I was hoping to get a better run out of turn 2. Like I said, maybe one more lap. I would have been to the bumper where I could have threw it underneath him, but he was protecting slider line, which was a lot faster than that top was. So every time he was running that top, I was like, just stay up there, because we're gaining a lot. But it would have been hard to make a move if we didn't have a couple more laps left. We weren't just going to be able to rip around the outside. But all in all, it was fun and good race, clean race.
All right, man. Any thank yous before we let you go?
Yeah, I just can't thank all the guys at Elbows Up Sport for all they do, putting in this time and effort. We all had great runs tonight, and can't thank Jessup Logistics for all they do, and Mark, he was out here tonight, finished 8th. So I can't thank everybody. I'm missing some few people, but they know who they are, and appreciate it. And you all with the broadcast, especially Zane, he's a client. I don't know what he's doing up here, and Roger and everybody with the league means a lot.
All right, man. Congrats on that second place finish.
Thank you.
Second place, Hayden Cardwell. Gonna get Josh here in the channel. Josh, think you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
All right, man. Rough luck in the first one. Rebounded and got the win here in the second one. Just talk about how it was out there from the driver's seat.
Yeah, it was unfortunate in the first race. I really thought I had something for everyone in that. Car felt great. I was able to hold on the high side in that race, but sometimes you get tough luck and you just got to move past it. And just good thing there's 2 races in the night. It kind of makes it more enjoyable, and you're able to redeem yourself in the second race, and I did just that. Car felt great the whole night. I mean, I felt like this setup was a lot better than the last setup. I mean, the way that I got with Braden, it was just unfortunate that the setups just didn't do that good. They were so slick. I didn't like it at all. We were all hanging on for dear life. But this setup was, you could put it where you wanted to, bottom, middle, low end, or on the high side, and it would just stick, and you could get any line you wanted to. And there was a couple different lane changes throughout the feature in this race, and majority of it was high side 1 and 2, and then slider lines seemed to come in every so often, but 3 and 4 it ended up sticking there the longest. And I saw Hayden catching me. He was fast, real fast, and I knew that some of the lap traffic could have caused some issue there in the end, but good enough. Thank God I had a good enough lead to hold him off and win that race.
Josh, we hear you mentioned it there, lap traffic. You're coming up here, 5 laps or less to go. Cardwell's coming, and you see Joe Cease there in front of you, kind of running the line that you're running. I mean, what goes through your mind there? You got to pick a line, top, bottom. What's the mindset there to get around him quick enough to where Cardwell can't really pull you in and get a shot for the win?
Yeah, see, I think I misjudged it. I was going to try and run right behind him and either hit the cushion a little bit earlier to where I can maybe come down off of the turn a little earlier, get below him, and do a nice slider line the next turn. and also just keep up my momentum in general. But I ended up staying a little low, ran the middle. I saw that the gap closed up a little bit on me and Hayden, and I ended up getting up to the cushion as soon as possible the next turn, and there was only 3 laps left to go. Otherwise, it would have been a close finish if there was multiple more laps. But the car felt good, and I was just able to ride the cushion just like I wanted to keep it up there.
All right, man. Any thank yous before we let you go celebrate?
I'd like to thank the guys at Black Diamond. We all had tough breaks, but we also had some pretty good runs. I'd like to thank you and probably Zane for putting on the broadcast this evening. Probably a fun race to watch. Roger for putting on the league, all the sponsors that put this on. Brett at UDTV is one of my sponsors. Tim Sims, Dirt Track Simulators, 19 Designs. All the fans and family watching at home, I hope they enjoyed this one. And congrats to Hayden and Michael Meek on podiums.
All right, man. Congrats on that win, and talk to you again soon.
Yep, thanks.
Josh Stanky, race winner. Hayden Cardwell second. Michael Meek third. Final thoughts, Zane, before we sign off here tonight.
Great night of racing, Mike. We saw guys all over the racetrack, not typical of Eldora Speedway, and a great night overall. One caution here tonight in the feature, but I got a little jab taken at me there by Hayden in that interview, calling me a clown. So I think any real racer could have pulled that slide job off for the win there at the end. But I'll have a little joke session with Hayden after this. But I mean, overall, great night of racing, and I'm glad I got the opportunity to call it with you.
Well, I appreciate you coming to hang out with us and hang out with me here, and we're going to shut it down. And we'll be back with the Dirt Sprint Car Championship Series, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday night. Roger Wagner will have the call for that one, and then I'll be back Thursday night with the Wicked Energy Gun 410 Outlaw Series race with these Dirt Slingers, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday. So for Roger Wagner, Zane Scott, my name is Mike Peterson. Thank you for tuning in here tonight. Josh Stanky picked up the race win in race number 2. Skylar Brown was the race winner in race number 1. Until we talk again Wednesday and Thursday night, have a great evening. Thank you for hanging out with us here tonight, and talk to you again